Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Will the audience please rise for the procession?
Please pray with me. Loving God, we are so glad to be here. We're not sure how it happened, as the days were long and the years short. We came from all over the country, navigating courses, plane tickets, finicky cars, Airbnbs, lab immersions, only to name a few of the adventures. We're not quite sure what happens next, but we're thankful for the way that we've been offered care and guidance, from our professors, our peers, our friends, our families, and a big support network that expands across the country. We thank you for the stamina and the brains to get through our program, but for the many that have cared for us. In all that we're feeling, we take this moment to savor and to celebrate with joy, knowing it's an essential framing for our life's work. We ask for guidance in the future, whatever that might look like. It's okay if we don't know or only have a general idea. Our task is to be faithful to the calling that we have received, and that can take so many forms. May we have the patience to think one step at a time. Bless our time together this morning and all that might come after. We say this in your holy name. Amen. Please be seated.
It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome you to these graduation exercises for Hanover College's inaugural Doctor of Occupational Therapy program. Graduates, we are so very excited for you. Just 2 years ago, we welcomed you to this program, and today you begin your next step in your professional journey. And there's much ahead, including a professional identity that will continue to require learning new things. But today, we celebrate that you have claimed your calling and that you will leave us to care for others and support them in achieving their goals. You have gained much expertise in specific issues and interventions, but I hope that you will always look holistically at the care and treatment of people over problems. This is what distinguishes a Hanoverian. For parents, family, spouses, children, and friends of these graduates, I welcome you too. I also thank you for your support of their hard work and sacrifice. It is likely that you had to sacrifice too, including foregoing the time and attention of this person you love so that they might pursue this dream. Thank you for that. And not just thank you from Hanover, but let me thank you for the hundreds and even thousands of people who will benefit from your graduates' care as an occupational therapist. They may care for someone you love, and they may care for someone I love. And I am especially grateful for that too. Today is a solemn assembly filled with fancy robes and important words. But more importantly, it is a celebration of what you have accomplished in the past, and even more, a celebration of all that is yet ahead for you to do and accomplish. And to all here today, again I say, welcome. And to our graduates I add, good luck. And now, I would like to welcome to the stage your classmate, Danielle Teske, to share her address.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is truly an honor to be here today representing the class of 2025. To the Hanover OTD faculty, to the families and friends who have traveled to be here today, and to the distinguished members of the college leadership joining us, including Dr. Lambert, Dr. Adams, Dr. Volansky, thank you. Thank you for supporting us and celebrating with us as we reach this milestone. I know that many of us also carry with us the memory of people who we wish could be here today. loved ones who guided us, believed in us, and shaped who we are. For me, it's my parents. But I know they are proud of me, and I truly believe they are celebrating this moment with us. Hanover College, Doctor of Occupational Therapy, class of 2025. In case nobody has told you yet today, I am so proud of you, each and every one of you. You have worked so hard to get to this moment. We were the very first cohort of this doctoral program. We didn't just complete the coursework, we helped create the roadmap for every class that will come after us. There certainly were some growing pains and the constant learning curve of being pioneers, but like all great OTs, we adapted, we persisted, we showed resilience in action. We earned our seat at the table. Some of the friends and families who are joining us today might be asking themselves, what is occupational therapy anyways? Nobody really knows. According to the American Occupational Therapy Association, occupational therapy enables people of all ages to participate in daily living, and occupational therapy practitioners focus on things that you want and need to do in your daily life. OT interventions use everyday life activities to promote health, well-being, and your ability to participate in the important activities in your life. That's a lot of words. Last year for Mother's Day, my 6-year-old son, Scott, hi Scott, he came home from school with a paper that said all about my mom. And it had things on there like, my mom's favorite color is blank, and my favorite thing to do with my mom is blank. And one of the questions said, my mom's job is blank. And Scott wrote, my mom works at a hospital and she helps people. I think Scott summed it up perfectly. At the core, occupational therapy is about helping people. Throughout our fieldwork and capstone experience, we've had moments that reminded us why we chose this profession. Helping a client take their first steps after surgery, helping a child learn to tie their shoes on their own, helping a parent return home, helping someone reclaim a piece of identity that they thought that they'd lost. Those moments changed us. We learned what it means to help people, to restore possibility. Our journey was not the typical graduate school experience. In 2 years, we completed a full doctoral program. Lectures on Zoom while balancing life, family, and full-time responsibilities. Every other month, we traveled across the country to gather in Jeffersonville for our lab immersions. Together, we mastered transfers, orthotic fabrication, goniometry, and somehow even managed to memorize the brachial plexus and every bone and muscle in the human body. We spent more than 50 days away from our homes last year, away from spouses, parents, children, pets, and the people who keep our world spinning, away from bedtime stories, family dinners, and comfort. We missed holidays, birthdays, and moments we'll never get back. That sacrifice is part of what makes today so meaningful. I want to thank my family for sharing this dream with me. To my husband, Joe, when I wasn't home, you stepped up without hesitation. At times, you carried the weight of 2 parents so I could chase this dream. And I know that this degree belongs to you too. To my sons, Scott and Brooks, your love is the reason I'm standing here today. Pursuing this dream is one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, but being your mom will always be the greatest honor. I also want to thank the mentors who guided me through this journey. Dr. Petroselli, my capstone mentor, for reminding me to breathe and take care of myself. Dr. P somehow knows when I'm struggling before I even know that I'm struggling. Dr. Wright, thank you for holding me while I cried during that first lab immersion because I missed my kids so much. I'll never forget the grace that you showed me that day. Dr. Surratt, my OG mentor, thanks for instilling in me the importance of APA formatting and making me laugh with all your dad jokes. To the entire Hanover OTD faculty, you traveled too. You spent weeks here teaching us, away from your own families and routines. Each of you supported me in unique and meaningful ways, and your dedication shaped not just our education, but who we will become as occupational therapists. I'm deeply, deeply grateful for all of you. And to Mr. Clay Helton, our behind-the-scenes rock star, thank you for coordinating every detail, keeping our faculty fueled with Starbucks, and making sure we always knew where to be and when. To my classmates, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. When I started this program, I wasn't looking to make friends. I was here to get the work done and go home. But then I met all of you, and I quickly realized that I was surrounded by extraordinary people. You are all resilient, inspiring, and stronger than you know, and I am better because I walked this path with you. To the small group who became my lifeline during this program, the Golden Girls, together we laughed through stress, cried through homesickness, and went on many therapeutic walks across the bridge to keep ourselves grounded. You are what transformed this experience from simply a program to an unforgettable chapter of my life. Today, we aren't just celebrating a degree, we are celebrating every moment of connection. Every time we helped a client discover new abilities, every time we encouraged each other to keep going, and every time we remembered why this profession matters so much. We are entering a field that demands creativity, patience, and hope. Like my son said, our role is to help people, to help them reclaim the little moments that make life meaningful. Brushing their teeth, playing with their kids, cooking a favorite meal, going back to work, or even walking across a bridge with friends who feel like home. Our time in this program has proven that we are ready for everything. We can navigate uncertainty. We can advocate fearlessly. We can adapt with purpose. That is who we are now, doctors of occupational therapy. So class of 2025, take a moment, look around. We did this. We pushed through every challenge. Let's step into this next chapter with confidence. Let's go change lives, one meaningful moment at a time. Congratulations, Hanover College Doctor of Occupational Therapy class of 2025. We made it.
So now we're going to recognize some special students in our student awards. First, let me make sure you guys, I want you to stand when you hear your name, just so you can be recognized. First, our Academic Excellence Award is presented to the students who have demonstrated the highest level of academic achievement in the Hanover OTD program, reflecting the principles of academic excellence. We have two recipients of this award. Sam Colby, please stand. And Sierra Cyril. Congratulations. Next, we have a Professionalism and Leadership Award. This award recognizes students who have consistently modeled professionalism, leadership, and integrity, embodying the principles of respect and accountability. We have two students for this award, Melinda Ricci and Jenna Van Dyne. Congratulations. Next, we have the Spirit of Hanover OTD Award. This award goes to students who embody the culture of Hanover OTD, collaborative, compassionate, and dedicated to making where hybrid feels like home, more than just a motto. So, Ariha. Hope that's close. And Danielle Teskey. Congratulations. And then we have our first Double Panther. A Double Panther is a special award recognizing a student or students who have earned both their bachelor's degree and their doctorate degree here at Hanover. This award celebrates a lifelong commitment to Hanover as a place to belong, grow, and succeed. And this award this year goes to Kate Delinsky. Congratulations, all of our award winners. Thank you.
President Lambert, I present to you 48 graduate members of the class of 2025. The candidates whose names appear on the program here have been recommended by the faculty and duly approved by the Board of Trustees for the degree of Doctor of Occupational Therapy from Hanover College. Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please rise? President Lambert, I am pleased to present to you the graduate members of the class of 2025 for the conferral of doctoral degrees.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Occupational Therapy. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Hanover College, I now confer upon you the degree Doctor of Occupational Therapy with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. As a symbol of your honor and achievement, you will now be presented with a doctoral hood.
At this time, I'm going to ask that everyone except in the front row to please be seated. And will the doctoral candidates please come forward for their hooding as directed by the staff and the marshals. And audience, I ask that we hold our applause until all diplomas have been awarded.
Mark Raymond Abasimus. Selim Kome Adahe. Safa Khaled Akablanvi. Jessica Alvarado. Brianne Betchel. Brandon Boatler. Jean Leanna Calloway. Margarita Cristina Cienfuegos. Deshawn LaMonica Clemoens. Alexandria Lachelle Clifton. Samuel D. Colby. Tyler Joel Daylong. Rose Donat. Caitlin Hope Hart Delensky. Hannah Lucille Eugene. Parker Alexander Gazaway. Whitley Hampton. Chelsea Alexandra Hancock. Therese Lynette Harrison. Bailey Elizabeth Hatcher. Alexis Aaron Haynes. Natalie Grace Herbert. Eden Noel Hodges. Reagan Delaney Johnson. Lucas John Kassenbrock. Sierra Lindy Laverne. Grace Alexandria Marshall Slover. Holly Renee McAllister. Michaela Marie McCourt. Marine Nepiosian. Adeline Bryn Piper. Jordan Olivia Marie Powell. Edgar D. Retta. Jaden Rickard. Melinda Ritchie. Sierra C. Searle. Julia Marie Slattery. Alyssa Smith. Stephanie Elizabeth Nicole Spicer. Lindsay Marie Strom. Danielle Teschke. Jenna Van Dyne. Jillian Grace Walker. Brooke Alexandra Watts. Kara Winters. In absentia, Gabrielle Nicole Darville, Amber Gomez, Nastasia Lashaw Minto.
Congratulations to the 2025 Hanover College Doctorate of Occupational Therapy students and their families. I also want to thank all the professors who helped shape these young professionals into who they are today. My name is Mark Hayes, and I'm the president of the Hanover College Alumni Leadership Council. I graduated from Hanover in 1977. Being somewhat older, I believe I picked up a little bit of knowledge about occupational therapy. In my opinion, an occupational therapist has the brain of a scientist, the heart of a humanist, and the hands of an artist. I believe good occupational therapists are realistic, patient, collaborative, determined, resilient, compassionate, knowledgeable, respectful, communicative, and positive. I admire all of you graduates. Remember the words of Tori Amos. Healing takes courage, and we all have courage even if we have to dig a little bit to find it. You will be the ones who help your patients uncover that courage within themselves. Now, I'd like to challenge each of you to be involved in advocacy efforts for the profession of occupational therapy, for its future, as well as being involved with the American Occupational Therapy Association. I would like for each of you to get involved with the Hanover College Alumni Association, where we have a doctorate alumni portal now. This is a great way to communicate with fellow colleagues for professional development and long-lasting friendships. Hanover also has a young alumni council. Their aim is to implement programs and activities that will engage recent graduates of Hanover College. The council is an advisory and programming board for graduates, strengthening the relationship between young grads and Hanover College. Over the years since I graduated, I've been amazed by what I call the Hanover connection. It's simply amazing to see how fellow Hanover alums help Hanover alums. Please, in the next few days, go to our alumni website and register so you can stay current with what events are coming up and get involved. The last words of advice I have for each of you is to set clear, achievable goals and constantly change these goals as you meet your goals. A person without goals is a lot like a ship without a rudder, wandering aimlessly in the ocean without ever finding its destination. Chart your individual course and make it happen. Thank you. And again, congratulations. Now, if you'll please rise and join me in the singing of our alma mater. Above the shaded river, far from home and town, stands our alma mater, looking proudly down. We, her children, sing her praises, live our loyalty. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Hanover, hail to thee. Strong, serene in faith and honor stands our college here, offering wisdom, truth, and beauty year by passing year. We, her children, sing her praises, live our loyalty. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Hanover, hail to thee. I will.
Please rise. It is important to receive your blessing standing. So go into the world with the intent of peace and healing. Your part in this matters. Have courage when you're not sure of yourself and want to back out. Hold on to what you know and what you've been called to do. Support the vulnerable and those who rely on your care, because it is your great privilege to attend to people who suffer. Honor that, as this is a wonderful responsibility. Love and serve not only your patients, but your colleagues, your mentors, your friends, your families, and your neighbors. This is how we love and serve God. Rejoice in God's Spirit within you. This is something special that cannot be taken away. It is with you now and forever. Amen.